that's going to affect everything it already is. And like the U.S. dollar coin, you know what I'm saying? I bought some of that. Just it's a, you know what I'm saying, a stable coin or whatever. But I just bought some just to have it because like that's ultimately our currency. That's where we're headed, bro.
I think
I'm excited.
there's a theory about Bitcoin, and it was like from the NSA. Are you familiar with that?
Go ahead.
So the type of technology that Bitcoin uses to, I guess, encrypt itself is SHA-256. I think it's like 256 bits of encryption or something like that.
It's over my head, but okay.
Yeah. So that type of encryption was made by the NSA.
Oh, yeah.
They actually created it.
Yeah.
And I think like the same, like around the same time the banking collapse was happening in 2008, that's when Bitcoin was starting to get introduced. It's like, okay, now we're going to test how people start to use this new type of money when they have a perspective of there's no bank trust and stuff like that. Because a lot of Bitcoin is inherently kind of anarchist, to be honest. At least in the beginning it was, because it's like, screwed down with the banks, we're going to use our own money. We could do peer-to-peer.
Still that, but it's controlled by the same people who
that's the weird part about it. You know what they call them? They call them Bitcoin maxis.
Right.
You know those? Are you super deep in it, dog? Cause you've been in a rabbit hole.
Yeah, no, I mean I've been in the rabbit hole, but not like super deep.
Yeah,
I don't want to be overwhelmed and consumed because then I start obsessing and I be trying to
see. That's what
I can't be emotional with my trading and with my investing. Otherwise, I'm like you know what I'm saying. So
you got to be what they say,
involved but removed a little bit.
But is it like invest what you can lose?
Yeah. But I'm more of a holder. I don't really like day trade. Sometimes if I see some action, I know it's going to come back down and settle, I'll definitely day trade. But Bitcoin is only just accentuating all of the altcoins. And it's just amazing. And I love it because 5 years ago, I went all in and just lost my mind when Elon went on Saturday Night Live and blew that cash. But
oh, man, don't get me started.
Yeah, man. But I still held a lot of things. So I'm just excited about this. And yeah, it's just an exciting new wave. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin is.
What do you think is driving this surge besides like regulations? Is it like FOMO or is there just
no, I think it's like I think we're past that because now the people who are driving it are clearly, powerhouses in world economy. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Institutions. So it's solidifying that we're moving towards an all digital world. And I think the end goal has always been one currency, a world currency, you know what I'm saying, universally. So how easier to do that than to make it digital, you know what I mean? And that's like...
Oh, that was actually my point, though, too. Let me bring that back. I kind of just totally didn't finish. But the NSA, they made Bitcoin, which is to test people into this new currency, this new way of transacting and whatnot. And they wanted to do it so eventually, people accept, like you're talking the digital dollar and whatnot, and then they can control and track all the money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And stop anything that happens. Because like right now, like there could be like an uprising and people just like buy shit or hand it off to one another, whatever the case may be. But for the most part, if it's all digital, you could like how China actually has that right now with the digital yuan. Like you can't buy things at certain stores unless you have like a clearance. It all ties into your social credit score. And I kind of think that's just what they're gonna do here.
Oh, 1,000%. It's control. It's control based, and in the end goal. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, the regulations on the dollar are only going to translate to regulations on everything with this. With it going digital, from what you're allowed to buy to even how much probably a day type of situation. Like, yeah, man. Every aspect that you could possibly think of that they're going to analyze with your spending, it's going to be, they already collect all that data, but it's just going to be controlled now, like, and regulated.
Yeah, like you can only buy so many bullets, or you bought too much of this type of food, or you can't go here too much, or you can only fly 2 times a week, and when you buy a flight, it's like automatically like denied or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Gas. You got enough gas for the week. Fossil fuels burn you
gas limits and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, like all kind of shit, bro. Like,
how do you navigate that? Like, because it's like
Get money.
Well, just in crypto world, that is the key though, man. Got to stack.
Yeah, bro.
Just side note, when you have money, let's just say resources, right?
Yep. Shout out to the homie investing stocks. My bad, Nick. Buy money. That's the best. That's the best advice ever, man. Buy money. Make your money make money. Like it's the only thing that makes sense, especially in the time right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not financial advice.
Not a financial advisor at all. At all.
But also use other people's money.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's But what the hell was I gonna say, bro?
The NSA. We keep talking.
No. It was something about reconciling. That was just all. Just gonna wrap it up on the crypto thing. Is like, how do you reconcile that? Because it's like a delicate dance. It's like, okay, I'm kind of participating in a system that is, to my understanding, leading to a path that is not necessarily in the best interest of the freedom of the people per se. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's like in all things, right?
Exactly.
You know,
Throughout history.
so I guess I just answered my own question. So proceed.
Yeah, no.
You see the State of the Union?
Briefly.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
I didn't watch the complete entirety of this.
I was charged up, bro.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, he had that. He had that super coffee. He had that.
Yeah.
Democracy.
Fresh air. Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
Democracy was in the air.
Yeah.
Something was going on.
Yeah,
I need that actually. I need that today.
It was really cool to see, man. It was exciting, but at the same time, it was kind of like, and for me, there's way too much shit that's been introduced, bro. How do you even know it was a real Biden? And I hate to be a conspiracy theorist, but that could easily be AI generated. And if it wasn't AI, it was definitely charged up on what
all those people had to be AI in too. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's that good.
Say that like it's far fetched, bro.
I mean, it's. I think.
Nah, man. The movie studios with their enlisting and all that.
Yeah.
Shit, it's a set. That's easy.
Well,
completely easy.
I will tell you this. Go ahead. No, go ahead, sir.
No. But I am not saying that it was completely just.
It could have been.
I'm just exactly.
But they did that with Obama. That's what I was gonna say. They did that with Obama.
Like 3 years ago.
A few times.
Like 3 years ago.
Yeah, no, a few times where it's like he's not even there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or I don't know if it was really him talking.
Right.
And he's on a green screen, or it was a fake Obama, and it's all digital. But there's a 2 or 3 times where he's just like, "That's not real," and I'm like, "Why are they faking that?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it don't need to be faked.
Yeah.
Same thing with the news, where they'll act like they're standing in front of the Capitol, but they're really in front of a green screen.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah. Why? But anyways,
Wag the dog.
He was definitely juiced up. Exactly. But he was definitely juiced up. I mean, it was
that got people excited.
It did. And that made me even more like, what are you guys serious? Like, I don't know. If they keep doing it on a consistent basis, I feel like they're gonna stroke him out. And that's and that's not I mean, hey, I don't know. I don't know, but that's just not it didn't look like a good look, and I don't know. It wasn't a good look to me. I feel like
really
it's got to be consistent, man. If that's
I guess I can see why you say that. If it's just like a one-timer thing, just that's his like first step out.
I would have rather
election cycle.
Exactly. Even if you charge him up, I would have rather seen him speak at his more regular and consistent speech pattern. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, even if he was going to be clear and, you know what I'm saying, understandable and articulate his thoughts directly like he did, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, I still would have liked to have seen him control it. That's the only reason it was like, what is going on? What happened?
Do you think people would fuck with Biden? Do you think people would like Biden more? More professional. Yeah. You think people would like Biden if he was like that more often? You know, because that's why people say they like Trump. Yeah, they're just like, oh, he's just more charismatic. Out there and stuff. Yeah, more personality
for sure.
You know, so it got a lot of people that say his polls are up now and everything, and you know, it's like totally changed the perspective. You know, for me personally, I thought it was cool to see, like you said, but I would like to see more consistency with that. You know, and he was. What was interesting is he was campaigning. I mean, the things that he was saying were like, you know, about like future stuff. Mm-hmm. But like, why didn't you do that prior? or maybe he just didn't know. I don't know if he tried, but there was like a whole litany of
Welcome to election year.
I was just like, wow. You didn't think of that before?
Welcome to election year, man. It happens, you know what I'm saying, every 4 years. I feel like it's consistent, like dream selling, you know what I'm saying, wolf tickets. And it's like, I get it, you know what I mean? But
it's an awkward system.
It's just crazy to me that this happens repetitively. And, and it's just like, weren't y'all just burnt out on this? Didn't y'all just, just yesterday, y'all were ready to whatever. And now today, because bruh was hopped up on whatever.
Bruh got a sensu bean.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And he's just wild out on camera and on stage yelling and shaking his fist.
And it just makes me sad for America. Like, literally, that's like, we're like, you know what I'm saying? It's more like sporting or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you not entertained? Like, it wasn't like.
Oh, yeah. It's tribalism.
Exactly. It wasn't even, I don't know, man. But
well, they'll never get tired of it. It's only going to get worse.
And that's the crazy thing.
It's good. They're going to get more into it every year. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's only a matter of time before it changes because, and it's going to be more.
What do you think will make it change? Like, do you think it has to be
we're not going to do it.
Yeah, like you think you'll have to be like a catastrophe or like an uprising, like a revolution. You know what I mean? Like what?
Well, yeah. I mean,
what would make it like, or is it would it be just like the people like, hey, we're gonna just vote to create like a different system?
I think a world consensus amongst a people
mm-hmm.
in unification with economics, with socioeconomics, with just on one accord,
mm-hmm.
And taking that capital and that power and that influence
mm-hmm.
and putting it somewhere else.
Yeah, that sounds good. I don't think nothing would change.
You said what would happen? You don't think that would change it?
I don't think anything would change. I think the only thing would change, no amount of money or resources,
mm-hmm.
it has to be a fundamental shift in the human belief system.
For America to change?
The world. Well,
okay. So
America too. America, especially America.
Okay, I thought you meant like this, like the presidency and all.
Yeah, yeah. Even that though.
Yeah,
even that.
Globally, what is change? I mean, what kind of change for the positive?
Let's stay in America because you're on to something actually.
Okay, so change. What would it take for a positive change to happen, like for the benefit of the people, or just a change in general? Because a change is upon us. Like we're here for, and there's going to be a huge
ideally like a positive change, even if it comes from a negative action. You know what I mean?
Here,
yeah.
I don't know because it's not really made for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. If that was the intention of the people here, it'd be cool. But like the same way that they just want to see Biden like hopped up, they just want to be hopped up.
Well,
nobody's really. If there's real action, I feel like it's all being taken elsewhere. It's not for America. Like, and that's long rooted. Like even all the way back when I was a kid, and we watched Oprah, and they're like, we just gave $1 trillion to Africa, and it's like over here, right here. I just drove past them on the way to McDonald's. Why he ain't got nothing? You know what I'm saying? And then that reflection, even from childhood to now, present day, is like, why is this still an issue if it's an issue?
Because it's all by design. You have to have a certain amount of poor people. You have to have a certain amount of rich people, and you have to have a certain amount of in between. You know, that you can manipulate to cater to the various needs for the rich people to do things to these people that they don't have to do.
For the corporation of America to function properly. Mm-hmm. So I don't think America is ever going to get on a consensus to change the structure to run any different. If anything is going to be running more efficiently in the way it is, which is not in the people's favor. So,
okay, I see. Let me just ask you real quick. Do you think the people will do something now? Because like obviously the system won't self-correct. But do you think the people, like, there'll ever be a change in the mindset of, like, damn, I just went through puberty just now. Mindset.
Hormones.
What the people gonna do? Like a revolution. That's what I was asking. Do you think everything that will happen? Because that's where I think the only thing. Like, it wouldn't be, like, no organization or anything. It'd have to be, like, some people are just so mad.
I think a revolutionary exit, in my opinion.
Revolutionary exit?
Yeah.
Like leaving America?
Yeah. An exodus. And I think that would cripple. It would debilitate, you know what I'm saying?
Like what groups? Black explaining.
Black people for sure. Just because of the economic drive that we provide to everything, every aspect rather. We just spend. Besides that, we're the cultural fabric of America. We built this shit for free. You know what I'm saying? And we thrive in it. We were set to lose. We taught ourselves to read at the highest learning rate, you know what I'm saying, ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't even allowed to read. We taught ourselves to read at the highest rate ever in the history of reading while being murdered trying to do so. You know what I'm saying? Like, to take that mindset and to take that people, you know what I'm saying, and take it back to the richest nation, you know what I'm saying, and the richest land in the world with the most natural resources. And like I said, it's still like a whole bunch of ifs and the talented 10th theory and just people being on one accord, you know what I'm saying? But it's feasible. And honestly, I don't know. I know for a fact America couldn't function with the immigrants, you know what I'm saying, or the black people. So if you take those out and the immigrants go and stimulate their own economies in the way that they've now learned or whatever you want to say, because the dollar is losing value, you know what I'm saying? So in all honesty, unless you're running a business here or there's something here or there's, you know what I'm saying, I honestly feel like the most wealthy Americans don't spend their time in America. Like, in all honesty, you know what I'm saying, there's other...
Maybe not consistently, for sure.
Consistently. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're here to do certain things when we're here. You know what I mean? Ideally for me, I wouldn't be, honestly. You know what I'm saying? There's just so much land, bro. Like, this earth. And to just confine it to this, especially when statistically we're not really the best, you know what I'm saying, in a lot of things. But
there she goes.
Yeah, but you know, I'm gonna take that cue. And
there was one thing I heard on a CIA spy, ex-spy. He's making his rounds on YouTube. I know his last name is Bustamante, but I don't know his first name. I think it's Andrew or something, or Andre. I can't remember. But he has like a headband. He has like the puffy hair in the background. You familiar with that guy?
Bustamante, no, but I'm gonna pull. Go ahead, talk.
Yeah. So he's an ex-spy, and he recently did an interview with
the CIA.
Yeah, CIA. Yeah, okay. And it's very interesting. And he broke down kind of what you mentioned earlier about how America was made to be a certain way. Andrew. Okay, Andrew. And he was talking about how you should leave America, you know, coming up soon. You know, so it's funny you said that because other people are saying that so in different positions of understanding, I guess, perspective. You know, saying that, you know, so yeah.
So just to echo what you're saying about Andrew Bustamante. Andrew Bustamante is a former CIA intelligence officer and a decorated U.S. Air Force combat veteran. He is also a Fortune 10 corporate advisor and a member of the advisory committee at the University of South Florida Muma College of Business. So hand in hand, like literally what you're just saying, like about him understanding the way that the world works, America works rather, that he's flourishing in business and he's an advisor for this shit because much like the military to me, the business world in America and the business world in general, but in America, it's cutthroat. The people aren't the...
Oh, yeah.
The asset is the value. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the value is the value. Casualties are casualties. You know what I'm saying? That's just a casualty of capital. You know what I'm saying? We
That's a dope perspective.
You know what I mean? That's
like... So you're saying like we got the dope army, but another reason why we're successful as a country because our business tenacity, the way we go about our
the American dream,
our business, essentially.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's correct. It is the American dream or American nightmare to some, you know. But that does make sense.
America. Yeah,
it's definitely a mindset when
I love it. I'm not gonna lie. I love being American. I love leaving America and being American. I can't lie.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So. To that extent, it's an amazing thing, but it sucks to really just be interwoven into a systemic just...
You're part of the...
Yeah, I am part of the problem.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't want to say part of the problem.
I am, though. I can honestly say that because I feel like as hard as I stand and feel about... I stand on like power to the people without if in the least amount of words possible to understand what I'm saying. What more can be done? You know what I mean? And it's like, I know sustain your family first. So that's the phase I'm at. You know what I mean? And it just seems like with even just Biden, just this last State of the Union, it's just like, man, what are we doing? Like, what am I doing? Like, what is So yeah, no, I'm America, man. I mean, I wouldn't rather be. I can't say that. I wouldn't rather. You know what I'm saying? I love the comfort I'm afforded.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
it is one of the best countries, especially as African Americans. You know what I mean? Because we don't have the same level of understanding of a let's say a cultural history outside of being America. You know what I'm saying? At least I don't. Right. But because you say, for example, let me put it like this.
But go ahead.
There's like there's different tribes even in America. You know what I'm saying? Like New York is a different tribe than Alabama.
And within New York, there's different tribes. With
exactly.
boroughs,
and they're totally different cultures. Like I don't relate to people in the South due to the Southern culture. I only relate to them as far as black people down there, or anyone down the South as being American, and then as black people as being a black person, not as a Southerner. You know what I'm saying? So when we look at going in overseas in other countries and stuff like that, we don't really have anywhere that we can kind of blend into and say this is our natural place. You know what I mean? Unless we kind of I'm not assimilate. Well, at least my opinion is, I would say you got to assimilate into a different like culture. Maybe like you have like some Nigerian heritage and like, okay, I want to do that.
Saying if you leave America, we have to assimilate into the
something else. Yeah,
I don't feel okay.
Go ahead. No, tell me. Speak on it. Because that's why I think it's dope to be here.
Exactly. Because we don't. We're the tone setters.
Yeah, everywhere. This is our shit.
Yeah. And when we leave, people are like, wow, that's an American. Like, and I don't want to say it like that, but like whether it's that's an American or wow.
Oh no, it's dope.
It's
because you're American.
It depends. But yes, that is
most of the time it's
when we
dope.
leave as a black American in London, I felt more liberated than I do here. In like some of the most like affluent, you know what I'm saying? Some of the most like places where black people are.
But that's because you're American though.
And black though. Like I really want that to hit home. Like it was because I was traveling with other races. You know what I'm saying? Me really thought I was the only black person on our trip. I'm trying to think. And my business partner who lives in London, preceding leaving, I was like, man, I'm trying to come out there. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I don't know, it's a lot different. You know, you might not like it. It's a bit, you know. It's like, all right, cool. Get out there. I got hassled at the airport. That was the only hassle I had. You know what I'm saying? It was at the airport. And it was awesome still, the interaction with the people, just because me and one of the other people I was with, he's Indian. So they stopped us at customs and was just kind of asking us questions and talking to us. You know what I'm saying? Where are you going? What's the address? Is it grilling us? But every other person, you know what I'm saying, they just went through and did their checklist and everything. No one gave me the game on where we were staying or what we were supposed to say as a band or as a musician. When you come in, they think that you're about to do shows and make money, and they're asking these questions. We were just there for sessions, you know what I'm saying, for writing workshops and working with different management teams and artists. But after that moment, my interaction with everyone was super like humbling, man. Like it was just well received. The vernacular was kind of different. I'll get to my point, but like being out there for the first time, I saw Black Jesus like hanging in public. You know what I'm saying? In just the streets of London. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like one. I saw a few just walking in like alleyways and shit.
Well, what you mean a few Black Jesuses?
Like pictures, paintings, and like pictures.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not like walking around.
Yeah, I'm like, huh?
Nah.
Like that Soldier Boy, huh?
Like publicized, like hanging. You know what I'm
Jesus!
saying? Yeah. And it was just like, I even had, after I saw like the second one, I was like, all right, hold on, let me just run in here real quick and see who's in here.
Yeah.
And they were like Indian people, you know what I'm saying? Middle Eastern. And it was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? What's up? You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? You know what I mean? I just wanted to say what's up. I'm from California. I'm out here visiting. It's really dope that y'all got Black Jesus in the window. Holla. Walk back out, caught up with my group. You know what I'm saying? Tom, the guy who lives there, he was just like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Tap it in, bro. What you mean? I'm out here. So we keep walking. We get to a club. No, we went to a restaurant first. Go in the restaurant, go in the restroom. And this guy runs up on me. This white dude runs up on me. Bruv, oh my God, bruv. You so cool, bruv. It's so ghetto. It's just, you look so cool. My girlfriend would love you. Can I please just take you and just introduce you to my girlfriend, bruv? It's so cool. I love your rings. I love your boots. I love this. I love that. I love this. Everywhere we went, it was just like, man, like, high five. Like, oh, ooh. And it's because I feel like we're sought after to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Not even feel like, I know we are. Not even to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But it's so well received. You know what I'm saying? It was just refreshing to just not have to, I don't know, to assimilate.
Yeah.
I assimilate more here in like, in predominantly white areas. I don't anymore, but like I feel that pressure to do so here. You know what I'm saying? More than there at all. Like it was really like I could be myself more than any. I was encouraged to be myself more. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when I say assimilate, I mean like as the black side, let's take away the American side. Just like, is there a group of people who share a history of mine that like we understand?
I think that there more than ever, people were trying to give me my history. From like Uber drivers to just random people on the street that would hear me talking about, you're from America? I'd be like, yeah, I thought you were from Ghana. You know what I'm saying? I heard that like 6 times, you know what I'm saying, from different people. So it made me be like, oh.
So that's what you got to know.
Yeah.
That's why why we got to know. We don't have like, it's just like not a natural, I guess. And maybe some people are, but like most black families in America, we don't just have that conversation like, oh yeah, we're from such and such, you know.
Don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like there's nowhere to go. That's kind of what I meant. But to your point, though, you're absolutely right. But I'll also tell you a kind of a negative side of that, too, because when I was in China, they used to do something similar. They used to say, you MBA? You MBA? That's all they would say. You MBA? I was in Shenzhen. You know, so there's like barely any black folks there. You know what I'm saying? Barely. I think I was probably like the first black dude a lot of people ever saw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And part of it was like, oh, he's American, he's tall, and he must be like an athlete or something like that. That's just like their instant connotation.
That's why we're there.
It's the media consumption. And part of that was just like, oh, it's cool. And there was other dark, you know, like there was like Nigerians in China. This was in, this wasn't in China. This is, well, technically, this was in Hong Kong. You know what I'm saying? And basically, they were out there, and nobody was messing with them. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was like talking to them, and they were like, oh no, they're bad. I was like, but everybody's being cool with me. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, I said, but are they racist? They're like, no, he's a scammer, and everybody knows he's a scammer. We can tell how he dresses and everything. They're just scammers. And I was like, but you American, you know, they're like, you're cool, you American. You look like NBA, you know? And so their perception of us is based off of media consumption.
Yeah.
And like even the UK thing is cool that they're like but it's almost like do you look at it like a tokenization almost?
1,000%.
You know what I mean? Like even the concept, the audacity to say, "Oh, it's so ghetto,
bro."
Yeah, but they don't know.
They don't know. You know what I'm saying? And whose fault is that?
It's I don't know whose fault it is. Right. Maybe it's the.
Maybe fault's the wrong word, but
yeah, there's a lot of participants in the perception that we put out there.
Yeah, but
we participate. The media, the people have their own biases, and when they receive it, you know.
But it's the point of the longing for that American culture. You know what I'm saying? From the outside looking in, I mean, they feel like we're dumb. You know, I can't.
They just think of Americans. We got power and money.
Yep.
And
if you think about the idea of a celebrity, that's American. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah,
it's an American
real
thing.
talk.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So stars from anywhere else, there's hella like African and foreign films on Netflix and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
you know who the fuck? You don't know who that is.
They come here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they're killing it, or if they really want a chance at being at the pinnacle of their career as an actor, you know what I mean? It's here. It's here, Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? It's America. You know what I'm saying? So when we leave, you could be Joe Blow, John Q citizen. But to them, it's like, oh, it's American. That's low key a celebrity. Like low key, you know what I'm saying? Like, hi. You know what I'm saying? They want to interact with you just for that interaction purpose. I don't know if it's so much. It's refreshing just to
It's different.
It's different. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
It happens here. You know what I'm saying too. But like, I just feel like it's from a different perspective, outside of here.
Yeah.
Outside of America.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed, that when people reference black people in other countries, they normally reference us as artists and like rappers and stuff.
Or athletes.
Yeah. Then it's like, yo, oh, you rap, you know, yo. Like they always do the rap stereotypical.
That happens here.
Yeah.
It happens here. Anytime a suit, you talking about meet a suit. It's never like, hey, how you doing? It's good to meet you.
Yeah.
What's good, man? What's up? How you? And some people might even say brother, and it's like, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, that's an interesting dynamic operating in this country like that. Kind of like I heard it said earlier, but there is a form of code switching that happens that we do directly and indirectly sometimes. You know, sometimes I don't even know I switch. I'm like, oh shit, I got to switch back.
When did this happen?
Like, hello? Yes. Yeah. Oh, what's up, bro? They almost had me. But okay, let's bring it back. Where are we right now? We got a few things we want to talk about. That was actually a pretty good discussion about just America and the State of the Union and how the world is perceiving, you know, what we do and who we are. You know, that's really what the State of the Union is for. It's not just for us too. It's also to set a kind of a message, you know, like, hey, America's on this SIT.
Yeah.
SHIT. Whoa, I can't spell. Hello.
I thought you were being censored. You know?
I was trying to censor myself by uncensoring myself. Okay. So just real quick, did you see the Oscars?
No, I did not watch, but I did watch the recap. I started to watch them and then I got distracted.
Because it kind of goes back to what you were saying about just America and like the pinnacle of everything and people coming. So this is supposed to be like the best of the best of entertainment, professionalism, creativity, and whatnot. And you know, and I didn't watch it either. But I see these recaps of John Cena walking out butt ass naked, apparently, and that really threw me for a loop because I'm thinking, where are we at with the media landscape right now? You know what I mean? Like, are we that far removed? I mean, I don't know. Maybe he wasn't naked; he had like a thong on or something under there, but just like the implications, it was just awkward. You know, in the formal event.
It is very deliberate, and you have to understand at that stage of who the Oscars are and what they represent. To put that in your face lets you know that yes, things are changing. I mean, even if you look at the language that's allowed now on television, you know what I'm saying? Certain things that can be said.
Just allowed in society. Allowed in society.
Excuse me.
just a language that's allowed in society, period.
Yeah. So even okay, it's gonna make me. Let's leave America and think about the censorship that's on the television. How could you even make it anywhere? You know what I mean? In another country, really, with what people are allowed to consume. America, it's really not. It's kind of just falling by the wayside as far as what they're censoring. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous out here. Like it's dangerous out here raising some kids and like having to mold minds and.
Well, yeah, that's that. You know what's interesting is. It's like a reverse censoring almost,
it's
too.
Exactly that.
Because stuff that was acceptable years ago is no longer acceptable, and stuff that would never ever be tolerated ever, is like, why aren't you doing that? Yeah, like do it, more. Yeah. You know, so that's definitely like I almost think the John Cena thing is a little more worse than Chris Rock getting slapped. It's just more awkward to me. You know what I mean? Because
what does it say about us as black men, man?
No, well, I look at it more like some celebrity beef. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Negroes do be beefing though. Yeah. But just like it's like, oh, there was like Will Smith, he's talking about his wife. Oh, just okay, that I understand.
First fully black produced Oscars, all blacks. That was the first one.
The same dude didn't do it this year?
No.
Obviously.
No.
He didn't put John Cena out.
It was one of them, no. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm just saying no, but it was the first year And I feel like the last year probably that it'll be all black.
Yeah, we gotta have to fact check that
fact
one.
check me. But what was his name? It's bruh that did it that year that they
Was it Stan Lathan?
Nah. What's his name?
Who produced the Oscars?
NWA. Who did that? What's his name?
The producer?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Maybe director.
Wasn't that director F. Gary Gray?
Yes.
F. Gary Gray was
He did the Oscars that year.
Oh, that was him?
I think so. Fact check me, but I think it was F. Gary Gray that did the Oscars that year, maybe.
Let's see here. I think I know who you're talking about. Let's see.
Producer of the Oscars when Will Smith slapped Chris.
We're doing it live. We're doing it live.
Yep.
Snapchat be chatting. Okay. Who produced? Will Packard.
Will Packard.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what it's.
It is. It's Will Packard.
Yeah. 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 He does a lot of TV stuff, right? Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
It's the fucking Oscars, and it's all actors, and it's thespians.
You think Will Smith sabotaged him?
Sabotage who?
Will Packard. Like he was like, "Hey, go up there and slap this man."
I don't know.
It's like, man, like this, you got to do this.
That's hilarious.
Or you ain't gonna get this Oscar.
That's hilarious.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there's all kind of, you know what I mean? There's all, who knows? I don't know.
Every year it seems like it's something very strange.
Yeah.
Last year was violence.
There's
this
an
year
agenda.
It's naked men.
Like there's always an agenda. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even if
interesting,
it's as simple as whatever that agenda was, that there's gonna be more nudity on your television this year.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Type moving forward, be used to seeing just nakedness on your TV.
In the world too, at that.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And in the world.
Well, speaking of the world, we're talking about going other places.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? If you could go somewhere.
It's too many places, man, but
yeah.
I can go somewhere. I really want to make it to Ghana, like I said, just because even in LA, I met a couple of Russian people and some people from Lithuania, some Lithuanians that were just convinced, bro, that I was from Ghana. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, I'm not.
You got a Ghana head.
From Ghana. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get out there, bro. I'm trying to get out there and get with my Ghanaian head folks. You know what I'm saying? So
G heads.
Yeah, facts. So big G's. So Ghana for sure. Africa just in general.
So double entendre.
Yeah. For those who know.
Triple.
I'm trying to get out there, bro. I'm trying to get to Africa. I'm trying to get to Africa. I'm trying to just roam around Africa for an unlimited amount of time. Honestly, I don't
wander off into no Congo mine,
man.
Don't wander off into the wrong place,
man.
You know, so you know it's dangerous out there too,
bruh. It's so cold how they do us from now.
So beautiful, but just you turn a corner, and then you see something crazy.
But look at America. We're talking about America, okay? And where would I go? I would definitely go to Africa. And you're talking about the mines. So America is an offshoot of Europe, you know what I'm saying? All that, right? And all these colonizing ass countries, bro. And right now in Africa, and as long as Africa has been colonized and they found it, we've always been the mecca of resources. Always. We've always had the most bountiful, plentiful abundance in Africa. And I say we like I'm just in that thing, like I've been. But
look at you, G-head.
Exactly. I could feel it when I said it. It wasn't even like I was lying. You know what I'm saying? Or like it was foreign to me. It's not. You know what I'm saying? I just know that from everything being alkalinized, they're naturally growing that way to the minerals, to the dirt that's there is valuable. And it's been pillaged, bro, for since been pillaging generations, pillaging and pillaging and pillaging and pillaging. And still to this day, like right now as we speak, literally there are children, you know what I'm saying, digging with their hands in hazardous material with no hazmat gear for no wages, just so that they don't die or see their mother be raped like that's already happening. And now I don't know what else you're gonna do. So now I'm just digging for 22 hours a day, for 24 hours a day, for however long. It's not being, you know what I'm saying, moderated. There's not a real, well, the enforcement that's supposed to be happening is just, it's not, you know what I mean? There's not there. It's forcible, exactly. There's forcible evictions happening, whole communities, villages being burnt, being destroyed, millions of trees, all for the sake of our phones. Well, let's say all for the sake of this transition away from fossil fuels. And we all know the agenda for that is strong. Like, they're really trying to get us to completely clean society, like world. And at the demise of who? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is this benefiting, and what is the real consequences and repercussions? Because we've already seen these global warming effects. I definitely think if you...
It's not even global warming anymore. It's climate change.
It's climate change now.
Climate change.
So now, what do you think you're doing to the climate by taking all of the natural resources from the most significant place on Earth for the benefit of you? It's like extracting, like Dr. Sebi said, you take out the good. You think you could just take out the good out of something and put it in a vitamin and take it and you're getting it. But no, it's the good and the bad intertwined with it that creates that good for you, that when it breaks down in your body, it actually gives you the maximum nutrients. You know what I'm saying? You need both. And they're just taking, and the offshoot of that is going to be catastrophic, man. It already is. It's not even going to be. The people, the casualties in it. But like, think about the turnaround on Mother Nature, on what that's going to come, on what's coming from that. But anyways, yeah, so they're in the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo, in the DRC, and they're pillaging, bro, like, just for the namesake of batteries for our phones, our cars, electric cars, and our like laptops, all that good stuff, bro.
That's kind of why we are part of the problem to a degree.
1,000%. And yeah.
You know, and it's like you just have to reconcile, like, counterbalance it rather. You know, like, okay, if I'm going to use my phone, I want to make sure, if I'm going to buy one of these phones, I want to make sure I also use it to create or communicate in a manner to help. You know what I mean? Or
can you imagine you can't even get a phone? You ain't got it. What is it? You just a phone, iPhone with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you don't got a phone, you really can't do anything.
And you're the one supplying,
not even a computer.
You're supplying the cobalt for these batteries. You know what I'm saying? And
that should be getting, like, that should be a multi-trillion-dollar operation for that company. I mean, for that country to get revenue.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be happening like that.
So there was one instance, and I don't want to misquote, but there was a payout made, and it was like for 1.5 million. But in comparison, for the impact, there were people who got settlements for as much as, like, I mean, as little as like $200 to $300, like a lot more people than not. You know what I'm saying? There was no upwards of any of that, millions or thousands or any of that. It was $200 to $300, and your whole life is lost. Everything, your community, everything is gone, and you're supposed to get it going on $200, $300.
American dollars at that?
Yeah.
Why don't you think people care about that? Because there's, like, other countries that get attacked, other, catastrophes in other places that have way more infrastructure to support them. But no one cares about these workers. Same thing with these shoes we got. You know what I mean?
What's crazy is people say they do, but they need their lithium batteries and these batteries, the cobalt, to post about how much they care. That's what's the part that baffles me all these people that go viral online, and be like, I'm unfollowing you if you don't post about this. And it's like, bruh, I feel you and build awareness and whatnot, but get off the phone then. Put your phone down, bruh. And let's really get on that initiative if that's what we talking about, because we're fueling the problem by talking about it on our phones and on our computers. And it's just...
That's why there's only you have to have a counterbalance. You know what I mean? Like, we just consume. A lot of us consume, at least.
Mother Nature is the only one that counterbalances us. We don't have that as humans anymore. The objective is not balance.
As an individual,
yeah.
That's all we can do is kind of work on ourselves in our smaller communities, our groups.
Ourselves,
you know,
because
because like I said, there's people dying right now. You know what I mean? Like, for example, before I eat, you know, I'm agnostic, you know, but when I pray, I still pray because there is a creator. Because agnostic is just like, it's not a religion, but there's still creation. And I pray for those who don't have food to have food. Thank you for the sacrifice for the food I'm about to eat, and give nourishment to those in need. And when I say that prayer, I really feel that. You know what I mean? And like even today, I went and bought some people some food. You know, some breakfast food this morning. Like, just got up super early because it was raining and stuff, and I was like, I need a coffee. I seen some people on
tithes, paying your tithes.
Yeah, well, that's part of it, but I really feel like we've lost that as a society.
1,000%.
You know, like our generation is probably like the last one that really cares. You know, because people, they fake care, like you said, they care more about being mad than rather having a solution to
more about being heard,
and being trying to be a representative of a movement. You know what I mean? But not actually taking any action personally. You know what I mean?
Counterproductive towards the movement.
Exactly. You know, and that's very interesting. And like even us as Black people here in America, that's kind of what I was alluding to, is like having like that place that we can go, or having like that unity among the rest of the diaspora. I wish we had that like other countries were like, hey, the Chinese people here, they work with their families, and the Chinese people in China, they send money there, they go back and forth, they do business. You know, like I wish we had more of like an infrastructure where, for example, the DRC, and I don't know what kind of IMF deals or whatever corrupt situation they have with the leaders, but it would be dope if they're like, hey, we're only selling that to this country, like to these people in America, this group of Black folks that are selling these phones, you know, like, because we can easily make these phones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been to Foxconn myself. I see how they do it. You know, it may not be as sophisticated, but it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, man, bro, you just pick what you want and they put it together. It's just, can you pay for it? You know, and it's just like, I wish we had that organization, and that way we can protect each other from these sort of atrocities, you know, of the natural resources. And that's what makes me frustrated, because we really can't expect outside people to care almost, even though they do more than I think the collective diaspora, in my opinion.
Right.
You know, because we should be George Floyding. Oh, that's going to be a new verb, George Floyding. We should be George Floyding every day. You know what I mean? Every day for Africa. And they should be doing the same for us. Like, the whole world should be shut down until there's like global peace for all Black diaspora. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, and every culture should do it. And they literally do that. You know what I mean? Like, people in Europe shut down for Ukraine, you know, in Israel, they shut down, you know, like they stick together and say, we're not doing anything.
See how much it's disciplined if we tried to do that, how much what stands in the way. You know what I'm saying? If we could really get on one accord, we would understand the power we have, because it would be a goal to keep it from happening. There's no doubt in my mind that the second Black people started just, you know, getting up out of here, and there'd be some kind of stipulation and something like, nah, you gotta stay. You can't leave. You know what I'm saying? And we've had this. There's certain countries in Africa that have been granting Black people, like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it. What you doing?
Well, you know, they'd want to come too.
Economy. Exactly.
Them folks, you know, take from that as you will.
But they are, and that's the thing. Like, I'm just sad I'm sad because ultimately it's the money. Because if we stimulated, like you said, went there and was like, nah, with the same amount of capital that's going there and saying, we need to do this, Tesla capital, you know what I'm saying? Tesla money. If we was going there with Tesla money, talking this, keep it in the community, and when you can't have no more phones. We done with the phones. We need this to do this, and whatever this is that. And then if they did need it, then it's got to be rationed, and it's got to be at a crazy. Exactly, it's going to be 100 times more than it is now for 100 times less.
That's what
amount.
That's what they did in what was that?
It's coming. It's
Nigeria?
coming.
Where was there just an uprising? like recently. I think it was in Nigeria, and they like kicked out all the existing leaders and
shit. They doing it
closed,
in Haiti.
Closed.
They doing it in Haiti right now.
Yeah, this is the second one.
Yeah, I'm saying there's a whole bunch of them going on right now. That's yeah. So
yeah, I think
we're here.
That's what we need to do there, man. Well, not us, but you know, so I don't know, man. I'll support it, but yeah, like they I think it was in Nigeria actually. Yeah, they were like pushing all the leaders out, and they're like, we're selling. I think it was uranium or something something that's like super rare, and they were selling it to the French, for example, for super cheap.
Yes,
and they're selling it for like 30 cents or some
redid all
per
that.
part. Yeah, it was like hundreds of dollars now. You know what I'm saying? They're like, pay up, and I believe they're paying too. You know what I mean? They have no choice.
I think. I don't know
that was it.
Nigeria or Nigeria that
it wasn't in Nigeria.
No. I'm about to say there was the same change that just happened, but one of the most wealthy people was not just killed, but around the Super Bowl time, died on the way to the Super Bowl. And they were in the middle of doing the same thing, negotiating to get the backing within their own centralized bank in whatever country it was in Africa that happened. I think it was Nigeria, but I'm not positive. But yeah, man, like.
I had a question for you.
I think all efforts possible have always been exhausted and are still being exhausted to deplete Africa of its identity and its resources, and to just use them for the benefit of the colonizing countries.
Let me ask you though.
Yeah.
Who's the main perpetrator in the DRC? Is it like car companies for batteries? Is it like smartphone? Is it Apple, Tesla, or is it just do they all equally devastate, or is there like a main, or do they have like a third party?
If you read the articles, it's the Democratic Republic of Congo's military that's doing all the damage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they're raping the families and they're doing all this, but it's all fueled by money, and they're not stimulating their own economy for this. The phones aren't being sold there.
Yeah, that's correct.
The Teslas aren't running rampant in the Democratic Republic of Congo. They're not leaving the mines and Teslas to go home and feed their families at all, or be at home. They don't have a home, and so in the news, it's the military, it's locals that are killing locals. You know what I'm saying? It's people that don't care about themselves.
Just like America.
Exactly.
Just like America.
That's being portrayed, but we all know that's not the case. I mean, like you said, there's people with.
Well, that they're being funded.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody's paying someone to allow them to be lax in the regulation of the military to let them do what they want. Otherwise, they would say you can't go there and do that. You know what I'm saying? And if you do that, you're going to go to jail or be killed.
There'd be sanctions. There'd be all kinds of
and America is not doing it. And America is, anyway, it's a lot.
Yep. But
well, there's a lot of history in Africa, though.
Exactly, and it's always been resources. It's always been
rich of resources and rich in people too. You know what I'm saying? People of integrity.
Indeed.
That we don't get a chance to really acknowledge because there's so many issues that we are caught up, like for example the cobalts and how they steal from Africa and like the duress and all the anti-black, anti-diaspora narratives of Africa, where it's just crime ridden or AIDS or poor, you know. But it's super rich in history. So that brings me to something I want to talk about, you know, which is black royalty. You know, and you know, we can go pretty quick, but tell me why don't we have any sort of reverence for any sort of black royalty now? And even in the past, because they had the most kings, you know, the most queens, some of the most powerful warriors. The kings were actually warriors. Most of the queens were actually warriors. But, you know, we don't have any sort of real awareness of who they are or care. And even now, there's still kings and queens in Africa, princes and princesses along the continent.
Got his own money.
Yeah, we don't care. We care about, you know, Prince Charles and stuff, you know, or King Charles at this point.
Why? Who taught us to care about that? You know what I'm saying? So
I already know the answer.
Yeah. So to answer your question, and I know it was rhetorical, but yeah, man. it's for the same reason. Going back to what we were discussing in the very beginning, man, it's all by design, and yeah, for the benefit of everyone else, it is best that the black man doesn't know their roots and doesn't know the wealth and doesn't know the knowledge and doesn't know the history and culture that we truly come from. Because if we did, there would be a lot of shit we wouldn't be doing that's to the benefit of others. So, I don't think we don't know about these because they're not in the history books, because if you know your worth, you expect more of yourself. So, I mean, it's hard to control people when they really feel like they're kings deep down inside, or like
we was
chosen,
kings.
or like chosen. You know what I'm saying? If you really feel chosen by God and you feel like your purpose here is God sent, you know what I'm saying? That's a strong-willed person. That's a very difficult person to control. You can't.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not bowing to him.
Yeah.
So
I definitely think that there's an element to that where one, suppression of Black history, or African history, perhaps. I guess. I guess I like to say the diaspora, because there's Black people in other parts of the world too that was still royalty. You know what I'm saying? Even if they weren't native to that area, you know what I'm saying? They elevated to be the kings and queens of that land, and they ran it. You know what I mean?
yep.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. But there's a lot of kings and queens that I actually look up to. So Shaka Zulu is actually one that I had did some research on, learned a little bit about, because I've always heard his name and I've always seen kind of caricatures, but I never really knew like the super breakdown. I thought it was a made up person. I didn't even know it was a real person.
Yeah, no.
So I didn't know that he was actually a real warrior.
Yes, sir.
And he came up with some of the dopest battle strategies ever. And a lot of militaries, they use elements of what he did and how he, formulated his military strategies. And so I thought that was super dope.
It is.
Where was it? Hold on. Here we go, right here. Yeah, one of the things that he did, which was super cool, was that he created he created like the first, well, I don't know if it's the first, but he created like a way to tell stories, like like how they have like Zeus and like the Greek gods and stuff like that. He created like a series of stories about himself. That's probably why I thought he wasn't a real person. You know what I mean? But it was kind of like he kind of started like a Marvel comics of himself. You know what I mean? Back in the day, like telling stories about like how he was do this and that. And I just thought that was really cool, because I never really heard of kings creating like their own mythologies while they're still alive. You know what I mean? Like for intimidation. They did it for other reasons. So I thought that was interesting.
Live on.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a big part of African history, anyways. Their culture, rather, is the storytelling, and that
oral tradition.
The elders live on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. Like it's ingrained in us. I feel like that's why so many of us are storytellers now. Like, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Ingrained.
I got a kind of a sidebar thing on this before I go too deep on that. Do you think that people in Africa, they look at people in America like, I wonder if they're part of my tribe, or like if they come from us? Like we kind of think like, or I wonder if we're from that, if they took us from there.
Right. We long to know, like they long to know if we're.
Yeah, like is it, because I know some of us are like rude, and we don't really appreciate people from that place, and some of them don't appreciate people from here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, or I don't know if they're not as lost as we are, to where, like he said, they'd look at me and be like, oh yeah, you from Ghana, bro. You're Ghanaian. Like I could tell by your head. You're Ghanaian. You know what I'm saying? Like they could. I honestly feel like, you know what I mean? If we were walking through whatever specific country in Africa and our native people were there, they'd be like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And you'd be like, bruh. I feel like it would be a natural, it would resonate. You know what I'm saying?
The crazy part of Africa is that they look like a lot of different people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you have to travel to really just. But it's not like you're just gonna walk in and just bump into your tribe. Luckily, maybe. But I feel like someone there would be able to tell you, "Oh no, over there."
No, I mean light skin, blue eyes.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Tribe, you know what I'm saying? It's all African, not mixed or anything. It's
it's African.
That's just the phenotype. You know what I'm saying?
Well, black women hold that gene, that God gene that can create all those, you know what I'm saying, different races, different phenotypes, different, all that shit. Like, is in one gene that's only found in the black woman. So, black woman could theoretically give birth to whatever race baby at will.
There was a family that they had 2 different twins.
The Eve gene. I didn't.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was. I just saw pictures of videos back in the day. There was a twins. They weren't 2 different. Well, they were 2 different races. Visually, at least, they weren't 2 different races. They were the same race.
Right.
They were both black, but one looked white and one was dark. Like, and it wasn't albino. It was just.
I got you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, saying that they were just ultra light. You know, saying maybe a little bit of some albino, something going on. I don't know.
Right.
Blonde hair, blue eyes, and the other one was dark. You know what I'm saying? Looked like totally different person. Black mom, black dad. You know what I'm saying? Both like me and your color. You know what I'm saying? Not super light. So yeah, those recessive genes are definitely in us. You know, we can create anything. That's for sure.
Oh, yep. I really like Mansa Musa, man. I feel like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that is a big part of who we still are, you know what I'm saying, in this world today is, I feel like, what Mansa Musa, you know what I'm saying, embodied. And my report on Mansa Musa, but the word Mansa actually means emperor. So it was Emperor Musa that was running through emperor or king, you know what I'm saying? So King Musa or Emperor Musa, you know what I mean, was a West African emperor, you know what I'm saying, and one of the most richest to date rulers ever, you know what I'm saying? So his fortune that he amassed was in the billions, you know what I'm saying, way back when. So now you're looking at, right? That's $1 billion question right there.
It's
you know what I mean?
I
feel like it's probably in museums. I feel like there's some probably still there. I feel like, you know, I don't know. We could look up, but I think that's going to be a rabbit hole of, a rabbit hole of different disbursements. Yeah, it's a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. He was a devout follower of Islam. I thought that was kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? I really do want to do more studying on Islam, dog. Like, I've studied some Buddhism, you know, Christianity, Catholicism, all of that good stuff. But I really want to get into Islam like a little bit more. I think that's a really cool religion, man, and just belief system. It's very similar to ours too, you know what I'm saying, or whatever ours is, you know what I'm saying, Christianity, or it's crazy.
Ours
is exactly. I know, Mr. Ignace. It's crazy the division. I grew up, you know what I'm saying, Southern Baptist. I guess I was raised, you know what I'm saying. I can't even say I'm religious to the extent that I'm going to down talk you if you believe in something else or say that my religion is better or any of that. I don't believe in the division. That's what I was going to say. It's crazy that when you look at the different religions that there are, the similarities are like, I mean, you just have to just want to be on demon time to just not see the similarities. You know what I'm saying? You just got to want that war. But
I agree.
I really liked it. Also, I really liked the fact that he traveled like a great entourage. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was like super still relevant to who we are today, like as a people. Like, you know what I mean? Mansa Musa was the one that I feel like always I wanted to read more about, and out of black royalty, African royalty, historically, that they didn't teach us. You know what I'm saying? That was just like, ooh.
Didn't he have a grill?
Yeah, he was slugged up. He rings and things and all that good stuff.
I know a lot of Egyptians or Cometians. They had like diamonds in their teeth too that they found like in the mummies. But also in other parts of Africa that they found them. You know, different types of mummies. You know, not just in Egypt, but in other areas. You know, they had all types of diamonds and gold in their face and their teeth and stuff like that. So yeah, that's definitely in us for sure.
Yep.
Like I definitely want to learn more about Mansa Musa because I always hear about he's rich and stuff like that, but that's all I know. I don't know too much.
Yeah, now he
I just know that he was rich, but what happened? You know what I mean? Like
to the wealth.
Yeah.
Just knew.
Well, just to him, period. What happened to his empire?
Right.
You
Well,
know what I
he
mean?
was
he overran? Was he overran? Like, because I think he was like doing too much, right?
exactly. I was about to say he was.
I know a little bit.
Yeah, he was expanding, bro. He was running around, taking over, and eventually he was just overthrown. You know what I'm saying? Like all great rulers, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it probably happened internally. We only know the history books that the history books.
Every great nation falls from the inside.
Man,
that's
how far you think we are from falling
from the inside?
America? Oh, I mean, we're already.
I mean,
the inside is.
I almost feel like
scorched.
America fell January 6th, low key.
Really? You think it took that long? I think it fell. I think it's been falling for a while now.
That's just the first time I've seen Americans go into an American like facility and say we're going to kill other Americans that work in the government. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know like not all those dudes were on that, but just for the fact that it happened, you know what I mean? And people, you know, like you see them on the footage, like saying with the noose saying we're gonna hang them. Like, I think that was pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? Right. America fell as soon as they brought the first slave here, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of like our current society right now, I don't know. I think if we were gonna say like falling like something like a crazy thing would happen, I would say it's gonna happen. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. You know, I would just say that it's one of those things that we got to look out for.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of uncertainty happening right now, from the borders to from the inside. You know, with the different groups having beef with each other. You know, like the two different political parties. There's no third balance. You know, so I don't know. I hope we're cool though. I know this election cycle is going to get a little gnarly. I can feel it.
Crypto.
You know. Yeah, get your Bitcoin.
Yeah. Get
your Bitcoin, go to Africa, and do your research.
Bada bing, bada boom.
That's it?
Man, I guess. What you about to do? You got plans?
I don't know. It kind of brought me to a downer talking about how long till we fall. It's America. It ain't going to fall.
What? It's falling right now.
It's eternal.
We falling right now.
I'll tell you one thing, though, about the dollar. I do think the dollar will crash or go away completely. Mm-hmm. It may crash, but it'll come back.
20 what? By 20 what? You think cash is coming back?
I just think the American influence.
The USDC, the US dollar coin. Yeah.
Well, that America is not gonna let the dollar crash unless America is gone. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, unless America says we're not gonna be a country no more, they're not gonna let it crash unless there's already something preset, ready to go. Yeah. Like, it already, they're not even tripping because it's already there.
Because we want it to crash so that we can run this way.
So it's not gonna ever happen in like an unplanned way. Yeah. It's just gonna so I don't think anything will ever happen. That's what I mean. So America's not gonna fall. Like, everything is just a plan. It's just a constant evolution of what this project of America is.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I think that's what it is, and I'm here for it. We just got to get that Africa money.
Yeah, I'm going for it.
All right.
I'm out of here.
I'll see you. See you in G World in Ghana.
Thanks. Big G's.